In the depths of the jungle, Mason was on a mission to find Brian, a massive crocodile who lived in the murky waters of the river. Mason was a young boy with a passion for wildlife conservation and was determined to learn more about sustainable living practices that could help protect the delicate ecosystems of the rainforest and the communities that relied on them. As Mason made his way through the jungle, he could hear the sounds of the rainforest coming alive around him. The chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, and the distant roar of the river signaled that he was getting closer to Brian's territory. Finally, Mason spotted Brian basking in the sun on the riverbank, his massive body nearly as long as Mason was tall. Brian's eyes were closed, and his powerful jaws were slightly open, revealing rows of sharp teeth. Mason approached Brian cautiously, knowing that crocodiles could be dangerous predators. He didn't want to disturb Brian, but he hoped to observe him in his natural habitat and learn more about his behavior. Suddenly, Brian's eyes snapped open, and he lunged at Mason, causing him to stumble backward. Mason's heart raced as he realized how close he had come to being attacked. But then Mason remembered what he had learned about crocodile behavior. Brian was only protecting his territory, and he wasn't interested in attacking Mason unless he felt threatened. So Mason decided to approach Brian differently, with more respect and caution. Over the next few days, Mason observed Brian hunting for prey in the river, amazed by his speed and agility in the water. He watched as Brian snatched fish and small animals from the riverbank, and even saw him take down a small deer that had come to drink from the water. Mason also spent time with the local indigenous community, learning about sustainable living practices that could help protect the rainforest and the animals that lived there. He learned about how they used natural resources to build their homes and how they farmed the land without damaging the ecosystem. But Mason also discovered that the local community was struggling to protect their land from outside threats. Illegal logging and mining operations were encroaching on their territory, destroying the rainforest and threatening the animals that lived there. Determined to help, Mason and Brian teamed up to protect the rainforest and the animals that called it home. They worked with the local community to raise awareness about the importance of sustainable living practices and the need to protect the rainforest from outside threats. In the end, Mason realized that protecting the rainforest was a complex issue that required cooperation and collaboration from everyone involved. But he also knew that he had made a difference, and that he had formed a special bond with Brian, the massive crocodile who had taught him so much about the delicate ecosystem of the rainforest.